We talked on another video about alter egos and channeling. And I had told you guys that we were going to talk about Nicki Minaj in a whole different video because she has 19 of them. Well, we're going to go and break down quite a few of them, and we're going to give you a little bit of a insight into possibly how her mind works. Now, I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Trinidad, which is where, by the way, Nicki Minaj is originally from. And I know quite a bit about the culture and what exactly takes place within that culture. In that culture, we have a very high influence of the demonic, voodoo, if you will. And so when you look at it, it's not as bad as Haiti, by the way, but it is up there. And when you hear some of these names and some of the descriptions, I have no doubt that a lot of these are influential over her because of that history. Now, I'm not saying whether or not she has dabbled in voodoo. I'm not saying that, but walk like a duck, talk like a duck. But I digress. So we're going to go through a few of these here, and I'm going to be reading. So if you see me looking off, just know that this is going to be the first a few times that I'm going to use some notes over them because there's quite a few to go over. And I'm going to leave one of the dead ringers for very last because it is one of the bigger ones. When you hear it, you're going to hear some similarities rhyming with this name with another individual, and you're going to ask yourself, why would you even associate yourself with that individual as even an alter ego? But since she is channeling, what does it matter? Harajuku Barbie, inspired by a Japanese Harajuku culture known for her cute and colorful style. However, the other side to the Japanese culture is, of course, the Oni, the demons side of it. In case you don't know, there's a whole lot of lore that goes on in Japan, especially surrounding the dark, the demonic world, all of these entities that visit at night, take your children, change forms, all of that. So it makes a whole lot sense that she would dabble into something, especially when it's an alter ego when it comes to that character. Onika Tanya Mirage, Nikki's real name, used when she's being personal and sincere. That makes sense, Nikki. Hey, do what you got to do. Chun Li. Now, this one I'm familiar with, named after the video game characters representing strength and aggression. Now, I played Street Fighter. I used to play Street Fighter all the time. Still play Street Fighter. Now, I don't assume how many of those characters. Of course, when you're a kid, you think you're Superman or you're Hulk. I could see why she picked Chun Li, and I can only assume that it's because of the build. So I'll give that one a slight pass simply because I don't think she can fight like Chun Li, and I don't think she can take the kinds of beating that Chun Li can take in a video game. Maybe I'm wrong. Perhaps, maybe. Here's a good one: Queen S.A.S, a more recent persona characterized by a regal and dominant demeanor. Now, I'm trying hard to make sure I don't go into name calling, but of course, if you're going to have a name like Queen S.A.S, you've already done the work for me. Am I right, Nikki? You've done all the work for me, so I'm not going to really have to work too hard to explain what this one might mean. In your definition of a more recent character defined by regal and dominant demeanor, I don't think the word sleaze personifies that. You take the word queen, power, regal, yes. Sleaze? No, I think you left out the whole part of that meaning, which means that you have no regality to you. Or you take absolute debauchery to the highest possible level. That one I can go for. Nikki Teresa, a philanthropic figure often seen in a headscarf. Now, who would that be mimicking? Mother Teresa. Now, it doesn't, I'm not saying that Mother Teresa was a good person. We've already covered her here on Too Strong, but let's go to what Mother Teresa was trying to represent or aiming to represent, which is what? Sainthood. Do you see how they can easily just try and draw you in with various ways of telling you who they are? Poindexter, a studious, geeky alter ego. To appeal to who? Incels, of course. Super Barbie, an enhanced version of Harajuku Barbie, often referred to when emphasizing her superhero-like qualities in songs. How many of you know any of Nicki Minaj's songs where she sounds like a superhero? Now, there's another word I can put after super. And I think I'm gonna use the word she used, that way I'm not being an insultive guy. And now, not superhero, but a super sleaze, definitely you. Definitely you, Nikki. Definitely. I can see how you can influence yourself with all these spirits that seem to have all of the same traits. And they all surround around the same thing, sexualizing characteristics. It's kind of weird, but not fully. Nikki the Boss, a persona emphasizing her role as a powerful, independent figure in the music industry, commanding respect and authority. Nikki, I don't think that those things encourage anything near respect. None of that at all. What you do demands respect or authority. Now, that is on the moral side. Now, if you're talking about the kingdom that your daddy's a part of, definitely you have all authority there. And you get mad respect from the demons over there. So I'm not going to dog you on that because you are 100% correct. You do indeed embody respect and authority when it comes to your sleazy behavior. And then the one that I really want to harp on, and we'll end it because we're not going to go through all 19 of them. There's a lot. But here's this one. This is the one I told you that when you hear it, the name alone is going to be like, did she just? Roman Zelensky. Now, if it sounds familiar, it should, but I'll read the definition before I go on to tell you who it correlates to. This is her definition: the rebellious, wild, and flamboyant male alter ego. Do you remember a individual by the name of Roman Polanski? I know one person that does remember Roman Polanski, and that's Whoopi. Whoopi Goldberg remembers him real good because in her mind, what Roman did wasn't rape. It was just rape. So it was a completely different. It's not like rape. You have to define it different for Roman, just because it was a 13-year-old girl.
Was not charged. I know it wasn't rape. Yeah, there was a statutory. Child molest, maybe. I'm not sure. It was something. It was something else, but I don't believe it was rape.
You know how he avoided getting any kind of thing done to him? He fled, non-extradition. You know what he still can do? Produce movies. You know who is still his friends? People like Whoopi. And here we have Nicki Minaj with her alter ego name, Roman Zolansky.
Roman is a crazy boy who lives in me, and he says the things that I don't want to say. He was conceived in rage, so he bashes everyone. He threatens to beat people, and he's violent.
And it just so happens that that particular character is a male alter ego. I'm going to assist you guys in breaking this down so you understand exactly what Nikki's trying to tell you. And if she does see this, and I hope you do, Nikki, I'm going to say this with my whole chest, like y'all like to say. Is it something in your mind that has an affinity for 13-year-old girls? Now, I'm not making that assumption based on nothing. I'm basing it based on the fact that you took the name in kind of a man that abused sexually a 13-year-old girl. Why would it's like me saying, okay, my alter ego is Hitler. Why would you pick that name? Well, you know, he did some good things in life. That's how crazy that would be, Nikki. But then again, par for the course when it comes to who you serve. We understand who your daddy is. We fully get that your job on this earth while you're here is to push his agenda.
I'm the bad guy, bitch. So I'm dressed as the devil.
And here you are, alter ego of a man who's been convicted and hasn't been sent to prison because he escaped the justice system for abusing a 13-year-old girl. Drugging her too, by the way. I want to make sure we get this fully right. Drugging and abusing. When I tell you these people are sick, it's not a joke. It's legit. They have no moral compass. They have absolutely nothing in them to offer anyone, adult men, adult women, or children. Because their entire goal in life is the destruction of mankind. Name me one good thing that Nicki Minaj has ever done for anyone in her life. I'll wait. Because here's the thing, you can name me probably one or two, okay? Like she helped a puppy one time out of a burning building. And then the next week, she went and wrote a song so that girls can go and get pregnant by and then abort their babies, right? I think that just negated all of the puppies that she saved from that building. There is a reason why we try to bring this to light. Because while some may look at this as it's just music, man. Chill out. It's entertainment, man. It don't mean nothing. Chill out. We have to be very much aware of what it actually is doing and what their goal is. If she didn't have an agenda, she would not need to make these kinds of correlations in your face out loud. It's intentional. It's absolutely intentional. And the next time you hear them trying to tell you about anything on the moral scale, you can fully ignore them and tell them exactly who to go back to. Because that's who they're coming from. And if you say that you're trying to save the next generation, then start now with the people that influence them. Shut them off, shut them down, and shut them out.